Hello, welcome to Pre-Hospital Trauma Care. Today we will be talking about the 5 fears of CPR rescue. One common problem we see with training is when people have persistent fears that they cannot shed. It prevents them from attempting to make a rescue. In this lesson, we are going to address those fears and hopefully eliminate them so you'll have the confidence to push through and make a difference when faced with an emergency. At first glance, these fears may sound reasonable. However, let's tackle them one by one using some common sense that should help you eliminate your fears so that you can become the best rescuer you can be. This should only be a real concern if there's no way for you to refresh your training. However, since we designed our course content to be viewed whenever it's convenient for you, rather than when an instructor is ready to teach, there's really no excuse. Whenever you feel that you're deficient in a particular area of training, go back to the training library for a refresher. It's self-paced and available 24/7. You can also ask a supervisor or someone with more experience for help. When a person is unconscious, isn't breathing, and has no pulse, they're already dead. And while it may sound silly to say this, but it's true, the condition cannot get worse. That patient will remain dead unless someone with life saving skills gets involved. This alone should alleviate a lot of fear and worry about making the situation worse. During CPR compressions, a lot of new students worry about the possibility of breaking ribs or injuring a patient some other way. But this isn't really possible. The patient is dead and cannot get worse. However, with help, they may get better. The good news is that many countries have Good Samaritan Act. People who attempt to help others are protected legally, with a couple of exceptions. First, if you intend to hurt the victim. Second, if you go above and beyond your level of training. The Good Samaritan Act has essentially immunized people from lawsuits when they try to help others in need. Make sure that the country you are in is honoring the Good Samaritan Act. As long as you have your equipment with you, this shouldn't be much of a concern. Equipment like gloves and one-way rescue masks will keep those nasty pathogens, if there are any, on the patient's side, while you, the rescuer, remain on your side. That is why we have this equipment to help keep rescuers safe. So, make sure you have it with you and that you're using it, and this fear will quickly become a moot point. This is actually a legitimate fear and a reason to delay a rescue attempt. You can still call 911 and get EMS on the way. But if the scene is dangerous, don't do anything that will make you the next victim. Do not be here. If you go into a situation that can get you hurt or killed, you'll be unable to perform the rescue you are there for. so you do no good to anyone. Remain at a safe distance until the scene becomes safe and then go in. These five fears prevent around 90% of people from using the skills they learned. It's natural to have them, but it's essential to get rid of them. Put in the time and effort when it comes to your training and crush those fears. Become more empowered than you ever thought possible and go forth and rescue confidently.